So let's start by looking at this picture here that was taken in the background where an astronaut was posing with the flag. And I want you to remember what that Earth looks like right there. It's going to be important in just a second. But now we're going to skip to these guys setting up the pictures of Earth that are so famous from deep space. And they were allegedly on their way to the moon, and halfway there, when they turned the camera around, put it in the window, and saw the blue marble. And there it is, with the clouds that just happened to be as long as an entire hemisphere. But these guys told us that the camera was in the window. However, this wasn't the outer edges of the Earth. This was just a round window. And you can tell that the camera isn't in the window because someone passes in between the camera and the window itself. And as they are being coached at how to take this picture and to adjust the exposure levels on the camera, they accidentally expose their fraud and show that this window is in the distance. They're just zoomed in on it a little bit, and that Terminator line that we see is just an insert, probably some cardboard insert that they put in there to look like Earth is a half Earth, kind of like there's a half moon. And we bought it. It looks legit until you see them remove the insert and again change the exposure levels to show us what the inside of their cabin looks like when they actually remove that Terminator line. They were caught red-handed faking these pictures. Not sure why they would have to if they were really on their way to the moon. They would not have to use such trickery. They did not realize this footage would get leaked out to the public. They sent it in because I'm sure they had tons of footage of them setting this stuff up and did not mean for this to get out. But there's the same Earth right there. You can see that is not Earth. That is literally just the sky. They could have been at ground level looking up at the sky pretending it's Earth. That's why there's nothing but clouds spanning across the entire surface of the Earth. And if you compare them to the Earth on the flag, you can't tell which is which because they're exactly the same, but the one on the right is the one in the background during the moon picture. That's how they got that. They literally used cut and paste in real life. Not on a computer, because that technology most likely didn't exist back then, but they cut it out the old-fashioned way, and that's how we got that picture of Earth in the background. It was very important that they showed us the Earth in the background. You don't recall seeing the sun in the background on the moon because that was not important. We already knew what the sun looked like, and we assumed it was millions of miles away. It was not a space race. That's what they were trying to do. And so that is a very good example of why we have some trust issues with these pictures.
Now, this is a shot from 130,000 miles out. I guess it's from approaching. It's from approaching the moon, looking back at the Earth. If that's the Earth, is that like another spacecraft?
No. That I have no idea what that is. It's some aberration on the film of some sort. Oh, those are shadows, I think. Or reflection, probably reflections that are just reflecting.
Run that back again. Let me get another shot of it.
Okay, turn off the camera. Your interview is done. I've given you all the time I'm going to give you.
Okie dokie. Good to meet you.
I don't say it's a pleasure.
Understand.
Please get your out of my house.
Okay.
And you came here under false pretenses, and I think you're
Lying about going to the moon is a satanic lie of gigantic proportions.
I don't hit people, but you're going to be on the deck unless you get...
I'm heading out. I appreciate it.
And get the hell out of my house. Don't get a gun and shoot them at them before they get out of the office?
We have a video camera running if you want to do it.
Right.
That would be great footage for us. See you later. In court, I hope. Want to call the CIA?
click on this picture right here. Supposedly the same mission, same guys that took the picture of the most famous picture of our Earth. I'm going to do save image as, and let's see, Apollo Moon. Let's call it Apollo Moon 17, and I'm going to open that in Photoshop. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on the Earth. I'm going to go to Image, Adjust, Levels, and I'm going to bring the levels up. Uh-oh. Why is there a square box around the Earth allegedly taken from the scientists on the moon in Apollo 17? And people wonder why I don't trust NASA. That's why I don't trust NASA. I mean, they're always out there saying, you know, Rob, everybody's trying to show you stuff from space and you keep rejecting it. This is why I reject it. These guys are liars.
Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east. And they worshipped the sun toward the east. Then he said unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger. And they worshipped the sun toward the east. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. Therefore let no man glory in men, for all things are yours, whether Paul or Apollos or Cephas, or the world, or life, or death, or things present, or things to come, all are yours, and ye are Christ's, and Christ is God's. And God said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven.
As a science teacher and a creationist, I've had the privilege of finding creative ways to teach children the truth about creation without bias and looking at all the evidence, and it's been a blessing. However, I've also witnessed the ways that science is being taught and how it is specifically aimed at going against the words of the Most High and leading children away from His truth. And so, to combat these lies, there's something we can all do. Is to come together and create classes that provide an experience that allow people to look at the evidence on both sides and draw their own conclusions. And so we're going to be doing that with 4 classes, 2 of them geared towards the biblical creation model and 2 of them based on life science or biology. And we will be going over all of the evidence for evolution and the young earth versus the old earth, all of the science out there putting it to the test, proving all things. So join us as we replace indoctrination with the provable truth of creation at creationstandard.com.